Hello, everyone, and welcome to all of you joining in from around the world. Welcome to the final session of the Virtual Youth Summit 2020. We are so happy that you could join us and share in this experience with us. Our organization, Global Changemakers, has an unshakable mission to support young people to create positive change, because we know that when young people are provided with the right skills, resources, and networks, they can create incredible solutions to the most pressing challenges of our time. And our team has been lucky enough to see this happen again and again over the last 13 years. And we hope that you enjoyed your small glimpse into what young people from around the world are doing at the Virtual Youth Summit this week. The idea for our Virtual Youth Summit was born in part from a big frustration that our team has had over the last few years. And that has been that we are not reaching as many young people as we would like to with the support that we provide. We have been working tirelessly to introduce new programs and offerings that make our support as easily accessible to anyone, no matter who you are or where you are in the world. Through our webinars, mentorship program, GCMX, Outreach Volunteers program, and Changemakers School, we have been able to reach more young people than ever before. So when COVID-19 saw the world go into full or partial lockdown, our team saw this as an opportunity to celebrate and connect and inspire young changemakers to head back into the decade of action, re-energized to meet the SDGs when this is all over. This week, we have had over 1,400 young people joining us from over 125 countries, and they have helped us raise just over $5,000 to support our programs and provide grants to youth-led projects. They have taken part in panel discussions with panelists making a difference all around the world, networking sessions and endless engaging and connecting with each other outside of the summit. This week has been more than our team ever could have imagined. And that is thanks to your passion, energy, and commitment for creating a better future. Not for you guys, the last 5 days wouldn't have been close to what they have been. And so on behalf of our team, I would like to echo Gabby and say thank you. Thank you so much to all the participants for your contributions this week. Thank you to the speakers who donated their time to help inspire other young leaders. And thank you to all our moderators and facilitators who ensured that the summit ran smoothly. Our hope as a team is that you turn the inspiration from this week into action. And I am so incredibly proud and excited to announce that we have officially launched our newest course on Changemakers School called Project Management for Changemakers. This course will teach you how to create, execute, and scale social impact projects in your community, and will then give you the opportunity to apply for grant funding from Global Changemakers to turn your project into a reality. There are over 25 lessons taught by young changemakers from all 6 continents, with practical lesson challenges to help you apply what you have learned, and regular online office hours so that you can connect directly with your teachers. As we saw in the final networking session a couple of hours ago, so many of you are already thinking about the next actions that you can take. And so soon after this session ends, we will send you an exclusive discount code to Changemakers School so that you can use this time in lockdown to channel your energy and inspiration into impact for our future. And with that, I now have the great pleasure to introduce Wally Shaw, an activist and poet from Canada and a global change maker from 2018. It's really early in the morning now in Canada, and so Wally sent through this poem for all of you. Enjoy.
Let's get it going. My passion is Wally Shaw, and I am super excited to join you for the Global Changemakers Virtual Youth Summit. Let's get it going. My passion is spoken word poetry, and I've been writing ever since I was about 16 years old. And now at 25 years old, I've been able to make this my full-time career. The things that I write about are what inspires me and what keeps me engaged in being an activist. The things that I'm really passionate about and that I care about very much are good health and well-being, as well as gender equality. And so, as a part of my mission as an artist, I want to create content that inspires other people to think critically about these issues. So, one of the things that I really want to share with everyone today is a piece that I've written about gender equality, good health, and well being, with a very specific focus on mental health within young boys, especially here in North America. And so, without further ado, this poem is called Dear Future Son. To my future son, when I was a kid, I was told that big boys don't cry. That instead of expressing my emotions, that I should lie. Hide behind a mask to get by, conditioned to believe that I should be one of the tough guys and put on a tough disguise. It's not a surprise that innocence dies at the age of 10. Or maybe it's just that pop culture lies to us then, because we've got our eyes on a TV, mesmerized by the men who reinforce patriarchy and hyper-masculine trends. I had friends get bullied for wearing pink, because in fourth grade, the color of your shirt can make you stink. And in 12th grade, you were a little girl if you didn't drink. It's sad to see the way society thinks. My son, being a man doesn't mean being aggressive. You want big biceps, but a big heart is so much more impressive. And honestly, some of these bodybuilders are a little excessive. And young kids wanting that makes me so sad. Because why would anyone want to be a balloon animal so bad? Do you do it for them? I hope that being better for you is part of the plan. But it's okay, son, I've been there. And I understand that growing up with the world against you isn't a simple task. Even Jim Carrey will tell you it's easy to get by wearing masks. Society and institutions make it so hard for kids growing up who don't know where to start. I see the consequences of families that split up and get torn apart, so I won't let my child give his mother a Father's Day card. We live in a world where rappers pay women to get naked in videos for more promo. The intent is tapping that girl while double tapping her photos. And sex makes a boy a man, but gets a girl labeled a hodo. And boys can't say they love each other unless it's followed by no homo. But I want to teach my son that if he argues with a woman, he doesn't have to raise his voice or raise his hand, to treat a woman like he would treat his daughter, and learn respect as a man, to love his mother through old age and do whatever he can. But first, I need to ask myself, is that the man that I am? To lead by example. Because in this day and age, we get consumed by the tricks up the media's sleeves, misguided by the information we receive. Reality TV and the movies we see have become the basis for what we believe. Unfortunate that power is used to mislead, but the young can't always understand the things they perceive. So when you grow up and see this world firsthand, I pray that you change it for the better, however you can, so that maybe one day your son will understand that love is the first step to being a man. Thank you. I wrote this poem when I was in university, and I took a class on the sociology of masculinity. I just needed to take one class in my final year to finish my program. And the only reason I took this class was because I had an opening in my schedule for that time. And when I walked into the class, I had really no expectations of what was going to happen. But when I walked in, the class of 60 students, only 3 of those students were men. And so when I first walked in, I kind of hesitated because I wasn't sure if I should have really even been there. I got kind of nervous, but I decided to stay in the class. And by the end of that first lecture, I learned so much about gender inequality and so much about how I needed to understand that I had so many privileges over women that I needed to appreciate more and utilize to bridge the gap between the inequalities that existed. And the other big issue for me now as a young man is that a lot of younger men don't have positive male role models that they can look up to. Because when you go online or when you turn on the TV or you open up a magazine, all the men that we're being exposed to are the ones that don't necessarily have the greatest qualities. We watch Hollywood movies and we idolize men when we're young boys based on how much money they have, or if they look strong and have big muscles and they're jacked, or whether they get women and they have power over other men. I don't think these are necessarily the qualities that young boys need to be looking at for leadership, but that a man who can be empathetic, a man who can express his emotions, a man who can control his anger. That is what we need to be looking at in terms of what makes a quality man. And so it's no wonder that so many of these kids end up having severe mental health issues, end up having depression or social anxiety because they don't feel validated unless they fit into this societal understanding, this mainstream understanding of what it means to be masculine, and that anything else would effeminate them. And even I felt that way as a young kid growing up. So my mission now, and just to wrap this entire thing up, is really to pay it forward to a younger generation here in Canada, where I can make a difference. I'm a speaker at different colleges and universities, and I've been able to share some of my work, some of my poetry with students all across my country, and also share poetry about social issues that matter. 2 3 months ago, before the coronavirus lockdown, I got the chance to meet President Obama and share some poetry with him as well. And all of this has come full circle. Well, I was a young kid that needed something to latch on to express myself, and now I can run poetry workshops at a school and give kids the inspiration to start writing their own feelings and writing their own poetry and journaling their thoughts. And that's how we make a difference, where we use our own personal experiences and collaborate and partner with others. And that's why we're here. So I hope this has been a fantastic opportunity for all of you to learn more, to partner and collaborate, and meet new people and have great discussions. I'm so honored to be a part of this. Thank you so much for having me. Peace and love. Connect with me on social media if you enjoyed what you heard. Take care, everyone.
Oh, wow, Wally, thank you so much for such a powerful message. Thank you so much for this video. I particularly liked what you had to say about towards the end, where you said how we can use our own talents and our personal experiences in combination with partnering and collaborating with others in order to make a difference in this world. So thank you so much, Wally. If you are watching the recording, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And now I have the honor of introducing our final speaker at the Virtual Youth Summit. Actress, activist, host, producer, and CEO, Monique Coleman. Monique was the first ever United Nations Youth Champion for the International Year of Youth, is Allstate Foundation's Good Starts Young Ambassador, and a celebrity champion for the UN Foundation's Girl Up campaign. She is a dedicated youth advocate, and she has a very important message that she has recorded and would like to share with you all today.
Hi everyone, my name is Monique Coleman. I am an actress, producer, and global youth advocate. After the success of High School Musical, I very quickly learned that fame didn't solve real life problems. I always thought I wanted to be an actress because I wanted to make an impact through art and storytelling. What I came to realize was that although that was true, I also wanted validation and in many ways was searching for significance. The disappointment of still experiencing the same insecurities, self-doubt, and worries that I had before achieving success, combined with my passion for youth, caused me to start Gimme Mo, which is a multi-platform brand that empowers, inspires, and motivates the next generation of young people to reach their full potential and connects them to experts and resources to help them along their way. I guess I thought, what's the purpose of having a platform if I don't use it for good? And this led to ultimately becoming the first ever United Nations Youth Champion for the International Year of Youth. And since then, I have traveled to over 40 countries and spent the last 10 years working with several of the world's leading youth organizations and dedicating my platform to amplifying youth voices and to helping to implement your ideas. Whether it be 9-year-old Katie, who grew a 40-pound cabbage that became a movement to end hunger, or 12-year-old Chloe, who is supporting people experiencing homelessness by making hand-sewn toiletry bags with her mother and grandmother, and who became the recent owner of land in Ghana at 12. My young friends from We Day and Girl Up, Thirst Project, and Global Kids, She's the First, Muse Effect, and so many others have demonstrated that youth really are our greatest resource to tackle the Sustainable Development Goals. And I've seen this evidenced time and time again in all corners of the world, from refugee camps to international schools. Throughout history, young people have led movements that call out oppressive systems, give voice and liberate marginalized groups, and ultimately progress humanity forward. I know that you all attended this summit because somewhere inside of you, you inherently believe that you possess the power to change the world. And you're right. Over the last few days, you've gained the tools, community, and skills to turn your ideas into reality. And now I simply want to remind you of who you are and why now is your time. One of my favorite quotes is Marianne Williamson. She says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." You are powerful beyond measure. You are more than enough. Your ideas matter, your feelings are valid, and your thoughts are simply unrealized possibilities. There has never been, nor will there ever be, another you. Your perspective, your upbringing, your limitations, your challenges, and your imagination are all a part of your unique encoding. They are connected to your purpose. And once you unlock your purpose, you'll discover that you have an infinite potential for positive change, regardless of societal or environmental circumstances that we may be facing. It isn't lost on anyone that these are unprecedented times. There is an enormous amount of uncertainty, insecurity, and fear. But for each of those realities, there's an unbelievable amount of creativity, innovation, and opportunity available to all of us. I like to think of it like the deeper our roots, the taller the tree. Our entire world system is being uprooted and exposed. Our values are being revealed, and the foundation that we've built, our economy, education, and even our schedules are massively being reevaluated. This is unprecedented opportunity. For the first time in our lifetime, the world is on a global pause. Instead of trying to get back to something, we actually have the chance to imagine or reimagine and lay the foundation for a new world. We can choose to focus on everything that will be lost, or we can turn our attention to all that can be gained. We can slow fast fashion. We can think through sustainable solutions, try things that fail, eliminate waste, redefine our principles, and detoxify our planet. We can prioritize community, compassion, economic equity, equality, and mobilize our leaders. How? By becoming those leaders. Since we can't go out, we have to go within. This is the time to reassess your values and your priorities. What really matters to you? Take the opportunity to reset. Time is not usually on our side, but for once it is. So use it to go deeper, to test your ideas, and to think. As change makers, we're usually doers, always focused on what action we can take. But I want to remind you right now that direction is so much more important than speed. So having the time to flesh out ideas and simply be with your uninterrupted thoughts is invaluable. One of my favorite phrases is go big or go home. But since we're already at home, I just want to say to go big, meaning to cast a wider net. Right now, you have greater access to people who are at high levels because they're home. So this is the time to be bold and to reach out, but make sure that you have a plan and a clear direction or an ask. Or better yet, have something to offer, to give, or to be of service. Also, use the tools that are available to you. In the weeks and for some months that we've been in quarantine, technology has shown us the possibilities of what happens when we think differently. And this virtual summit is an example of that, our ability to mobilize people on a global scale. Physical distancing doesn't have to mean social or educational distancing. If you can get organized and collaborate, you can make consistent and considerable progress on any goal. And most importantly, take the weight of the world off of your shoulders. You're only one person. It is not your individual responsibility to change the world. No one person can do everything, but every person can do something. So do your thing, the thing that only you can do, no matter what it looks like, or if anyone believes in you, or if it even makes sense. Because it doesn't actually make sense that before COVID-19 rocked our world, millions of people still didn't have access to clean and safe drinking water in 2020, or that a lack of sanitation products still causes girls to disproportionately miss school, or that wars have been active in parts of the world for decades with no end in sight. These were our problems before the pandemic, but the solutions are closer than ever. I know that trauma reveals us, and as a planet, we are experiencing a global crisis. But how we rise from this is up to us. We don't have to panic, we can progress. And I've got my money on young people to lead the way. Because if it's not us, who is it?
I don't really know what to say after that. I don't, wow. I don't know if I was the only one, but I was getting a bit emotional when I was listening to that. Okay, composure. So guys, we've had a couple of questions come in while Monique was speaking, and the one question that I'd like to address is, can you still be a part of this incredible global changemakers family even after the summit? And the answer is yes. You can head over to our website. You can reach out to us on social media at any point. You can sign up to our newsletter to find out when we have openings for any of our programs. You can head over right now to our website and enroll in Changemakers School. We have already had people enrolling in just in the last 30 minutes. So we are so excited to welcome you to Changemakers School. This is not the end of our relationship, hopefully. We exist to support young people. We exist to help you create a positive change in your community. We are constantly listening to your thoughts and suggestions so that we can make sure that the support that we provide is as relevant and useful as possible. So please reach out to us, find us on social media, sign up to our newsletter, head over to the website. Yeah, we will email you the recordings of this session. For those of you who would love Wally's poem, we will email you those. And guys, from our team to you, thank you, thank you, thank you for making this week what it was. We could never have dreamed that it would turn out this way. And we are so, so grateful that we have been able to reach and serve so many young people through this. So thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful day.